Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Friday. Today is Friday, January 23rd. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Happy Friday, Freedom Friday. Okay, we have finally made it. All right, y'all. We made it to the end of this week. By the way, the month is almost done too. Okay, ciao. I don't know what's going on, but the days are just going, okay? So I will be doing another tarot oracle message, okay? I will be using the Cozy Witch tarot deck, but I also will be using the Sea Journeys oracle deck with some angel numbers. Now, the Sea Souls Journey Oracle deck that I'm using, I usually use it by itself, but this is for people who feel connected to the water, feeling connected to the ocean, or just feeling connected to elements of water. Like even if you don't have like water placements, there's just something about being near water or, you know, listening to water that could be very calming and soothing, okay, for some people. Now, not everybody thinks like that. Now, for someone like me who has all elements in my chart, I literally could be sitting near a beach by the bonfire with the wind blowing and sitting in the sand, okay? That is like me tapping into my earth elements, my water elements, my fire elements, and my air elements, okay? So for some of us, we may not have water elements, okay? For some of us, we may just have air elements. And for some of you guys, just being outside, journaling, thinking, mental stability, okay? Mental stimulation could be very significant for some of you, okay? For earth signs, grounding yourself or doing things at a very slow pace for your energy, that could be something that works for you. So this could be yoga, meditation, anything that allows you to, you know, move your body in a very methodical way, okay, could be very significant. For fire signs, if I feel like you guys could burn through energy. So if this is not you burning like a candle or incense or something with fire, there's something about you running, jogging, going to the gym, okay, like trying to find ways to release that fire. And then for water signs, of course, you already know, just go to the water. Be close to water, drink a lot of water, you know, do things that allow your elements or placements to feel exuberated, okay? So let's jump into it, guys. Let's see what you might need to know. So Spirit, what extra messages do you have for the collective? What do they need to know for January 23rd? What do they need to know at this time? Okay, so we have the Chariot. Okay, so the number 7 is very significant. It says you'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. Okay, so it's funny how I said, again, you guys are, talking about having movement, staying out of stagnation. I just literally just talked about it just now. And now this is just confirmation. So the number 7 talks about you guys moving forward, taking action. If you guys can see the snail here, some of you guys maybe took a very long time, or maybe you were a little slow, okay, when it comes to you moving forward. But unfortunately, when it comes to making sure that you guys are taking the right action, you guys want to make sure you guys plan things out before you take that leap of faith, which is totally understandable. But now there is this energy where you guys figured it out, you guys know what you want to do, and now it's time for you to move forward, okay? So the number 7 is very significant for some of you guys. And also, if you want to look at it as 7th house, this could be about, personal partnerships, romantic relationships, things like that, okay, that you guys could be focusing on or working towards, okay? So 4 of Pentacles, treat yourself to something shiny every now and again, okay? So making sure that you treat yourself could be very significant. Now, the way that I look at it right here is this person is sitting on the floor, okay, with their tarot deck, okay? But stability could be very significant, and it looks like this person's sitting on a pillow, okay, with their clothes on in the window, like it's winter or it's about to be winter. If you guys notice, this person looks like they don't have any furniture. So there could be something about you moving into a new energy or a new atmosphere or an environment. And there's something about wanting to buy something for yourself. So buying something new could be very significant. For some of you guys could be wanting to buy a new tarot deck, or you guys could be wanting to buy something shiny. Okay, this could be a car, this could be a new home, jewelry, whatever it is that you guys desire. There's something about you guys taking action, like I said, when it comes to you guys, you know, bringing in stability or protecting stability. Okay, so the Hierophant, okay, it says tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. So yeah, when it comes to you guys, you know, traditions and certain traditions, there's something about you doing certain things, and it doesn't have to be everything. Okay, so again, when it comes to crystals, maybe you guys, again, tradition. This could be family traditions. This could be, like I said, getting married, having kids, the whole shebang, like the whole order, right? For some of you guys, the number 5 talks about change. Some of you guys are embracing new beginnings, okay? So even if this is something that is traditional, it doesn't have to be everything. Okay, being adaptable, having adventure, freedom through transformation, and having movement through flow is very significant, especially with the Chariot showing up. Okay, so for some of you guys, when it comes to creativity and building something new, that is the energy when it comes to self-expression. Okay, so tradition, you don't have to follow traditions. Even if you do follow traditions, you can do it your own authentic way. So it doesn't even mean that it's wrong. It just means that you're doing it to the beat of your own drum, okay? Yeah, so again, it says, wake up. What is it that you truly want? 2 of Swords, okay? You could have someone in your energy who's indecisive. Now, this could be you or someone else, okay? And it says, be cautious of those who make more than they give, okay? Who take more than they give, okay? So for some of you guys, like I said, when it comes to toxic witches, the number 15, some of you guys, when it comes to change of heart, okay, healing relationships, there's something about a heart-centered truth that you could have seen for yourself, or you guys may have noticed, okay? Now, you could be a lover of growth, okay? Some of you guys may love to grow when it comes to your environments, your situations, and you may deal with people who like to be indecisive or they like to be stagnant, okay? So you guys could have been around people, like I said, who are indecisive. Now, for some of you guys who are indecisive, there is something about you guys making a decision about what you truly want or truly desire, okay? And for some of you guys, like I said, this is about you being cautious about who takes more than they give. So like I said, this could be, you know, friends, family, okay, anybody that you meet in your life who tries to use your energy more than, you know, giving. That's an issue, okay? Even when it comes to the number 6, this could be about family for some of you, okay? This could be about family and you needing to take a heart-centered leadership when it comes to your life, okay? Yeah. So it says, don't you dare lower your voice for anyone. This could be family, you guys, or friends, whoever it is. To me, it feels like family, though, especially with the Chariot showing up. Okay, and then the 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, it looks like this person is sitting in an office, okay, or in a room, okay? This looks like a book club from what I'm seeing here. But even if this is not a book club, it feels like somebody who's having a collective of people who gather around, and there's something about knowledge and wisdom, okay? So workshops could be very significant for some of you guys when it comes to Queen of Swords. Okay, you guys could be finding out something in the next few minutes or hours as well, okay? Yeah, Queen of Wands, replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. There's something that you guys could be finding out in the next few minutes to hours. Sunflowers and cats are very significant. The color red may resonate for some of you guys when it comes to this energy. And like I said, something about burning candles could resonate too. Yeah, 4 of Swords. It says, why aren't you resting? So some of you guys need rest for some of you guys, okay? But there's something about you not resting because you know that if you rest, you may feel like things will be not done, okay? 4 of Swords for some of you guys, again, this could be mentally, but and also, this looks like someone's on their, you know, time of the month, okay, for whoever this is. So this looks like someone's on their period or their time of their month or whatever the case is, or they're not feeling well, okay? But there is something about Spirit asking, why aren't you resting, okay? Why aren't you resting? Or maybe you guys don't want to rest because you know there's a lot to accomplish, okay? So clarify 4 of Swords for the collective, please. 4 of Swords for the collective, please. What do they need to know about 4 of Swords? And And like I said, this could be people around you as well, okay? Like feeling like if you were to rest, like things would not get done. Sorry about that, guys. I had to pause the video for a second, okay? But Six of Lovers is very significant. It says, will or won't you will or won't you take the choice? Okay, the choice is yours. Okay, so there's something about why aren't you resting, and there's something about the Lovers that are very significant. Like I said, 6 is very significant when it comes to family, okay? And when it comes to family, it's almost like you guys are making a decision on will you or won't you, okay? Now, for some of you guys may be moving away from a situation, like I said, and stepping into something brand new, whether this is love or whether this is a new romantic situation. But there is something about you guys moving away when it comes to family, okay? Some people in your energy could be very indecisive, which could be very irritating for you, okay? You could be irritated by people who are indecisive because you know what you want, and you could be dealing with people who act like they know what they want, but they don't know what they want. So even if someone thinks that someone did something wrong, even if they know that person is in the wrong, and even if they know that person is not supposed to be in that role or situation that they're in, they would rather go to that person and be or take a side than to speak truth. All because of feelings, all because of, making sure everybody's okay. And that is why when it comes to Swords energy, okay, a lot of people that are different placements may not agree with Swords energy, because Swords energy will try to look at both sides of the coin, okay? When sometimes there's not both sides. Sometimes it's just one side, okay? Right is right and wrong is wrong. Some of you guys could be noticing that about people. Okay, so yeah, you guys could be receiving a new opportunity as well when it comes to dealing with this situation, okay? Because you are being decisive and you guys are moving forward, you are now receiving abundance for yourself, okay? You being around people who don't know what they want to do in life or what they like in life, those are the people who will always be around you and can try to confuse you. The collective. You will always have people around you in your energy who are not confident in themselves, but they will try to tear you down, okay? For some of you guys, this could be, like I said, family, friends, whoever, okay? But there is this energy of you guys needing to romanticize your life more, okay, when it comes to certain things. For some of you guys, this could be like you romanticizing life. So if other people in your life make your life a burden because they cannot be confident in themselves, meaning if you have an idea and you want to go for it, go for it. Okay, if you want to create something new and you have someone in your energy saying, well, I wouldn't do that, or I don't think you should do that, or that doesn't make any sense, and blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Do it. Do what makes you happy. Okay, you guys, do what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, you will always have somebody in the background trying to stop you from your abundance. Okay, and I hate to sound like that, and I hate to sound like I'm being strict or being preachy, but it's true. Okay, all your life, all of you guys could be dealing with people who, because they never had the confidence to go out for what they desired in their life, they will always try to find a way to make the collective feel some type of way about their desires, about their happiness, about what they want. Because maybe it didn't work out for them. But just because it didn't work out for them doesn't mean you project your insecurities onto the collective. Okay? And, I had to pause the video too because, again, when it comes to your surroundings, right? For some of you guys could be very sensitive to your surroundings, meaning that you can hear everything, you can see everything. And again, like I said, you could be dealing with people who know this, and they will try their best to find a way to get a reaction out of you guys. Don't give them that, okay, guys? Don't give them that. I'm just saying. People will purposely come into your life as a distraction, okay? As a distraction. Yeah, it says, heard, may your brave call be carried on the wind. Okay, so wind energy, like I said, is very significant. Like I said, air energy could be very significant, and it's funny how this wanted to show up. So when it comes to you guys being heard, when it comes to you guys being listened to, okay, or when it comes to you guys speaking up about how you feel about situations and realizing how fake, okay, people can be, okay, and how conformative people can be. Some people would rather conform to delusions than to speak truth. Okay. And that is why you guys are, sitting in this energy of being heard, because every time you speak your truth, even if people in the 3D don't want to listen to you or don't want to understand why you feel the way you feel, the universe will understand you guys, no matter what. The universe, your ancestors, your guides, spirit, whoever, they will always hear you. They will always listen to you. Even your prayers, okay, that you feel like were missed, are being listened to. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have powerful. It says, may you be as potent as the ocean. Okay, so for some of you guys, when it comes to your energy, you guys are very potent. Okay, there is something about faith. May you trust steady, okay, your fears. So again, when it comes to faith, when it comes to you moving forward, especially with the boat, okay, you guys are sailing away from this energy. Sailing away from this energy means moving towards calmer waters. So not putting on a mask, okay, not having to be fake, not having to entertain people's emotions, okay, especially when you are somebody who's very direct. Okay, you say it like you mean it and you mean it like you say it. And you could be around people who are very indecisive. One day they hate you, one day they like you. They don't know what they want to do, okay? One day they want to be around you, one day they don't. Okay, one day they don't like your power, and then one day they want to take your power. Okay, alive. May you delight in vitality. Okay, so whatever energy this is the sun. You guys give off sun energy. Even on your worst day, you give sun energy. And like I said, when you take the sun away, what happens? It becomes dark, it becomes cold, and it becomes very damp. Okay, and your energy is so strong that when you leave, people feel it. And you know what I say to that, guys? Good. Good if people can feel the loss of your energy, because you know why? When your energy was here, when it was in the present moment, people did not appreciate that. They took it for granted. They spoke ill on your name. They did shady things behind your back. And you guys can feel it. Even if someone doesn't even come to you and say something to you, the energy speaks for itself, you guys. You can tell when someone is being shady. You can tell when someone's being spiteful. You can tell when somebody's trying to do things to get a reaction. You can just tell, okay? And that is why you guys have moved away from certain people, places, and things. That is why you cut off certain people, okay? This could be family, like I said. This could be friends. But you are standing in your own power and independence, being alone. It's almost like you guys would rather be alone than to entertain foolishness at this point, okay? And I don't blame you guys. I would rather be alone too, okay, if I were you guys. I wouldn't want to entertain people's nonsense or their burdens or, especially when it comes to the dating world too. You may have people around you who are dating people and they know they don't like the person, but they stay with them because of the benefits that they can get, whether this is, food or money or a roof over their head, whatever the case is, okay? And you may have some people who don't want to be alone. They don't like to be alone. And I feel that is very weird. If you are somebody who cannot be by themselves, even for a full day, okay, be in your own solitude, there's something wrong. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but there's something wrong with you. If you were born alone and you can die alone, why can't you be alone? And that is what I'm trying to understand with certain people. When it comes to the collective can be alone. The collective can do things on their own, meaning we can go to the mall, we can eat out on our own, we can go to the movies by ourselves. We don't need a couple or we don't need a group, okay? The collective doesn't need a group of people or, people to feel validated in themselves. And that's the problem with this day and age, is that it doesn't matter if you're old, it doesn't matter if you're young. If you need validation from other people, I'm so sorry to say this to the collective, but please stay away from people like that who always constantly need validation by other people's standards, but they can't validate themselves. Okay? And then the moment they're quick to judge you and say something about you, those are the same people who want to be in your energy. because they like what they see about you guys. They like your independence. They like your fire, okay? Because they don't know how to do that for themselves. Yeah, your passion, guys. There's something about your passion that's very significant, okay? Some of you guys are very passionate, or you speak passionately. And because you speak passionately, people, you know, one thing I've noticed too is that if you're not somebody who's very confident in how you approach certain things in life, you will always feel like somebody who's very confident about how they speak or how they say things, they're always an issue. You will always look at somebody like an issue because they're confident in themselves, they're confident in their skin, especially, and they're confident in being alone and not being in situations or environments where people make them feel like they have to conform, okay? So even when it comes to conforming, you may feel like people try to, you know, take away your energy when it comes to your playfulness. Okay, you could be very playful, but because people make you feel the way that they do, you had to take that energy back and focus on yourselves. Okay, it's almost like you guys are in this playful energy, but you guys are being very selective of who you guys are playful with. Because guess what? Not everybody deserves your energy, okay? Confidence is very significant as well, like I said, okay? And also bravery, okay? You're showing up as very brave because of the choices that you make, okay? 12-12. So while everybody's following each other like sheeps, you're the person that's like, you know what? You guys do that. I'm going to do this. While everybody's worried about what everybody else is doing, you're focusing on yourself and saying, you know what? You guys can do that. I'm going to do this. You guys are making certain choices that are benefiting yourselves. And people hate to see that about you guys in the collective. And you want to know something? I'm proud of you guys in the collective. Okay? Because the same people who hate to see you do better for yourself are the same people who didn't have the opportunity or lacked the confidence to do better for themselves when they had the time to do it. Now, everything's an excuse as well, okay? But because you make those choices and you're brave in those choices, that is why your abundance will always come up for you, okay? Yeah, so your perseverance is what allows you to move forward when it comes to dealing with people, places, and things. Some of you guys could have been dealing with people, like I said, when it comes to past energy, where you're very perseverant. So while somebody might look at you and think that you're lazy, you're actually doing a lot of work behind the scenes, but because you're not walking around and being very, boisterous about it, like, look at all the cars I have, look at all the money I have, look at all the jobs I have, look what I done, look. Because you're not looking for validation, people will assume that you're lazy, you don't want to work, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that, because that's what they think about themselves. Okay, compassion is very significant when it comes to you having more compassion when it comes to your situation. Okay, you have taken away your compassion from people who don't deserve it. Even when they still didn't deserve it, you were still compassionate to people. Having compassion is not something that you just give out for free. Okay, some people feel like because they were here before you on this planet, they deserve that compassion from you. No, it doesn't work like that for the collective. You guys are opening up your eyes, and like I said, you guys are seeing everything in the dark comes to light. Okay, all the lies, all the trickeries, all the fakeness, all the whatever it is for people to be able to get to the place that they are right now, all of that is coming out. So you guys reflected 666. Okay, forgiving yourself for the situation and moving forward. Okay, forgiving that, you allowed yourself, unfortunately, to go through that. But then how would you have known that you would have went through that if you didn't go through the lesson, unfortunately? So now that you've gone through that lesson, now you know what to look out for, you know what to tolerate, and you know what to entertain. And because you guys are not entertaining anything anymore, there's nothing for that energy or entity to go back and report back to. So say, for example, with the collective, because you guys are actually forgiving yourself, reflecting, and moving on, you guys are being rewarded for that. And before I end the video, the reason why I said that as an example is that as a collective, you guys could be dealing with people where, again, you forgave yourself for entertaining certain energies. So while some people were saying, I don't like this, I don't want to do this, no, complaining, even if they were complaining about a particular individual, how I look at it, guys, is if you're not happy with a person, then leave. I don't care if it's a relationship. I don't care if it's a friendship. I don't care what it is. If you're not happy, then leave. And this goes for family as well. You can give so many tries. You can give so many chances to people. Okay. But when they show you who they really are, believe it. Okay. Some people are wearing a persona, a mask, whatever the case is. Believe it. Okay. Believe it. Because the same people who sit in your face and smile in your face and act like they care about you are the same people who prayed for your downfall. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. Okay, they're the same people who prayed for your downfall. So that is why I always say to you guys, have discernment and always listen to your gut. If something feels off or it feels very shady or shifty, it probably is. It probably is, you guys. Okay, listen to your gut. Okay, listen to your gut. Okay, listen to your intuition. Okay, and also listen to your dreams. All right, listen to yourself, because the same people who are saying to you, oh, I wouldn't do that. Don't do that. That's not good for you. Don't do that. Sometimes they mean well, and sometimes they don't want to see you do well. Even when it comes to people using the millennial generation, when it comes to money, okay, family could be very significant, like I said. When it comes to millennials making money and feeling obligated to take care of their family, I'm going to tell you this, you guys, you don't have to. Okay, you don't have to take care of your family. The whole point of your purpose is to find your journey and move from that. So if that means your journey says that you need to leave your family behind, then you do. Okay, if it means that you're supposed to leave your friends behind so that new friendships can occur, then you do. Okay, do not let anybody, and I mean anybody, stop you from your goals and your dreams. Okay, people be hating. I'm going to be honest with you guys. People be haters, okay? I'm going to end it here, though. Okay, sorry that I was very passionate in this reading, but I really, really need to get that message out, that you guys need to hear me loud and clear when I say this message, because there's something in this energy where it feels like somebody from the past, okay? And I'm not talking about like a misunderstanding or, somebody said something by mistake and they feel regretful about it. I mean, this could be somebody you work with, you lived with, and they were the closest to you and they did the most, okay, to you guys. And I feel some type of way for your guys' energy, because I could feel that maybe you guys are very over it, okay? You guys are over it, okay? You guys are over the energy. You guys are over it all. Okay, you're over the fakeness, you're over the performances, you're over it. Okay, people who are very authentic don't have to perform. Okay, what you get is what you see. What you see is what you get. Performance is not necessary for someone who's very confident in themselves. There's no need to perform anything. When you're confident in yourself, you don't need to perform for nobody. Like, what is this, a circus show? Anyways, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching up until the end of this video. I appreciate you guys supporting my page, my channel, and what it is that I'm doing. If I sound very irritable or irritated, it's because that's the energy from the reading, okay? I can feel your guys' energy when it comes to the frustration of dealing with people who act dumb. I'm sorry. It's like, it doesn't matter what education you may have, okay? Even the smartest people do the dumbest things, okay? Sometimes having more integrity and morals than staying in a situation that doesn't benefit you is better off. Okay, and that is why I'm also preaching this to you guys, because again, like I said, I've seen things with my own eyes and I've experienced certain things, okay, where certain people will treat you the way they feel. And it's very funny, as an example, before I end this, guys, you guys in the collective, it doesn't matter what you guys are going through. You guys could be going through the worst of the worst, and you still find a way to be happy in your own energy. And that's what triggers a lot of people who cannot be by themselves. Okay? So I'm going to end it here. Thank you again for watching my channel, supporting my page. If you guys want to book a reading, you guys can go on my website. It's www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. And I will see you guys on the next video. You guys can follow me on YouTube and also TikTok. Okay, guys? Thank you guys for supporting my channel and what it is I'm trying to do at this time. And I hope and pray that this energy clears up, because I can feel it. I can sense it. And I cannot wait for you guys to be able to move away from whatever this energy is so that you can step into your abundances, because you guys deserve it, okay? You deserve every single thing in this world that other people literally try to take away from you guys. I'm so serious. You guys deserve it. Okay? You guys work hard for it. Okay? You put a lot of time, you put a lot of dedication, you put a lot of effort into it. Okay? You guys deserve it. But anyways, I'm going to end it here. I love you guys. I wish you guys nothing but the best. I hope and pray that you guys get everything that you desire and that you want, and that your prayers come true. Okay, guys? But yeah, I'm going to end it here, guys. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.